So this is the second part of the video. If you have not watched the part 1, you can watch it. Link in the description. So till now we have solved question number 68 from 41. Question number 69. Two particles A and B start moving simultaneously along the line joining them in the same direction with acceleration of 1 meter per second square and 2 meter per second square and speeds of 2 meter per second and 1 meter per second respectively. Initially, A is 10 meter behind B. What is the distance between them? So you have to find the distance between A and B. So initially, A is behind B about 10 meter. So initially the distance between A and B is of 10 meter. So A and B are moving along the same direction. Let us assume both A and B are moving along this direction, this right direction. So A moving with the velocity 3 meter per second with acceleration 1 meter per second square, while B moving acceleration of 2 meter per second square and with velocity 1 meter per second. Now let us assume A moves with this distance. This distance is SA, and the B moves of this distance of SB. Now we have to find the distance between A and B. So A is here and B is now here. So the distance is of this distance. This is of D distance. So we have to find this D distance. So by equating the final velocity VA equal to VB, VA is given by U1 plus A1t that equal to U2 plus A2t. So U1 and A1 is of 3 and 1 and U2, A2 is 1 and 2. So by putting this 3 plus 1 into t that equal to t that equal to U2 is 1, 1 plus A2 is 2. So 2 into t that equal to t equal to of 2 seconds. So here see the distance d will be, see this is total is 10 meters. So 10 meter minus this SA plus this SB. So 10 minus SA plus SB. So by putting the distance formula as E1t plus half AT square, that is A1t square. Similarly SB U2t plus half A2t square. So by putting the values of U1, A1, U2, A2 and T as 2 seconds, we have 10 minus 3 into 2 plus half of 1 into 2 square plus 1 into 2 plus half of 2 into 2 square. So that equal to 10 minus 8 plus 6. So that is 16 minus 8 equal to 8 meter. So option B is the correct answer. In the next question, joule into second is the unit of, we have to find the joule into second of which units. So it is not the unit of energy, and we know that this is not the unit of also power, because energy is joule and power is of watt. So not for the moment also. Now let us find the angular momentum. So angular momentum formula is of mass into velocity into the radius. So unit of mass is kg, unit of velocity is meter per second, and radius unit is meter. So it is of kg into meter square by second. Now we have to find joule into second. So joule into second can be expressed as joule is the unit of energy and second is the unit of T. So it is of energy unit is kg meter square per second square and time unit is second. So 1 second will be cancelled. So it is of kg meter square per second. So it is kg meter square per second. Similarly, this is also kg meter square per second. So the joule into second is the unit of angular momentum. A ball is thrown upwards from the ground with an initial speed of u. The ball is at 80 meter at 2 times. The time interval being 6 seconds. How much is u if g is 10 meter per second square? So here a ball is thrown upward with a velocity of u meter per second. Sorry. And the height is of 80 meter. And now the ball is of here, and this ball will again comes to down. So the time of flight is given as 6 seconds. So you have to find the u, initial velocity. So the time of flight can be given by t equal to 2v by g. So 2v by g is 10, that equal to 6 is given. So v equal to 60 by 2, that equal to 30 meter per second. So we found the velocity, final velocity as v, and we know that b square equal to u square plus 2as. So with putting this value of these variables, b is of 30. So 30 square equal to u square plus 2 into a into s. S is the distance of this height. Height is of 80 meter. So it is 80. And acceleration is of, it is of the opposite direction. Now 30 square equal to 900, that equal to u square minus of 2 into 10 into 80, that is 1600. So u square equal to 900 plus 1600, that is u square equal to 2500 and u equal to 50 meter per second. That is option B is the correct answer. Next, a particle moves in a circle of radius 0.5 meter at a speed that uniformly increases. What is the angular acceleration? The particle of its speed changes from 2 meter per second to 4 meter per second in 4 seconds. So you have to find the angular acceleration. So angular acceleration is given by alpha equal to the translational acceleration divided by the radius. Translational acceleration is given by dv by dt. So here the velocity changes from 2 meter per second to 4 meter per second. So the difference is of 4 minus 2 in 4 seconds. So time is of 4 seconds. So 4 minus 2 by 4, that equal to 0.5 meter per second square. And the angular acceleration alpha equal to at by r. So at is 0.5 divided by radius is of 0.5 meter. So it is 0.5 by 0.5, that equal to 1 radian per second square. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. This question is a simple harmonic motion. So in our new syllabus, simple harmonic motion is not there. So we will skip this question. A body rotates about a fixed axis with an angular acceleration of 1 radian per second square. Through what angle does it rotate during the time in which its angular velocity increases from 5 radian per second to 15 radian per second? So you have to find the angle in radian. So the angular motion equation given by final omega square minus initial omega square equal to 2 alpha into delta theta. Here changes from 5 radian per second to 15 radian per second. So 15 square minus 5 square equal to 2 into alpha is given as 1 radian per second square. So 1 into delta theta. So delta theta, we have to find this delta theta. So del theta equal to 225 minus 5 square is 25 divided by 2. That equal to 200 by 2. This is equal to 100 radian. So option B is the correct answer. A uniform rod of mass m and length 2L has two particles of mass m each at its ends. The moment of inertia of the system about an axis which passes through the center of the rod can be. So here in this question we have a rod of m mass having a length of 2L, and we have to find the moment of inertia about an axis which passes through the center of this rod. So the axis will be of this AB, which is passing through this center of this rod and having two equal masses at the both end. So the length will be of two parts. This is L length and this is also L length. So we have to find the moment of inertia at AB. So moment of inertia AB equal to the moment of rod plus the moment of these two masses, that equal to 2 into Im, that equal to the moment of inertia of a rod is given by m into length square by 12. So here the length is 2L, so m into 2L square by 12 plus 2 into moment of inertia of this mass about AB. So it will be of mass into the length square. So m into L square. Both are equal, so we have 2 times. So that equal to, this is 2L square, that is 4L square. So 4, 12, so it is 3 ml square by 3 plus 2 ml square, that equal to, by adding these two we have 7 ml square by 3. So option A is the correct answer. Next, if I1 is the moment of inertia of a thin rod about an axis perpendicular to its length and passing through the center of mass, and I2 is the moment of inertia of the ring formed by the same rod about an axis passing through the center of the mass of the ring and perpendicular to the plane of the ring, then the ratio of I1 to I2 is. So in the first case, when a thin rod, we have to find the moment of inertia an axis perpendicular to the length. So length is of L length and the mass is of m mass of the rod. So moment of inertia of rod is given by ml square by 12. Now we have to find the moment of inertia of this second system. The rod is changed into this circle and whose perimeter will be of 2 pi r, and the perimeter will equal to this length of the rod. So that equal to L equal to 2 pi r. So r equal to L by 2 pi. So moment of inertia of this ring is mr square. So cancel. So it is L square by 12 by r square. By putting the value of r as L by 2 pi, we have L square by 12 divided by L by 2 pi and its square, that equal to L square by 12 into pi r square by L square, that equal to pi square by 3. So the correct option is option D, that is pi square by 3. Next question. A non-uniform rod AB has a mass m and length 2L. The left end of the rod is designed as A and the right end is B. The mass per unit length of the rod is mx at a point of the rod, distance x from A. The moment of inertia of this rod about an axis perpendicular to the rod through A would be. So as per the question, we have a rod at both ends as A and B, and it is given that at a point the mass is of mx and from A the distance is of x distance. So you have to find the moment of inertia of at this axis at point A. So at a point the mass will be m by L if L is the distance. So that equal to mx. It is given. So dm by dx equal to mx. So dm equal to mx into dx. Now the inertial di equal to dm into x square. This is the distance x, so it is of x square. That equal to dm equal to mx into dx. So this is mx into dx into x square. That equal to m into x cube dx. So now we'll integrate both sides. Integration of di equal to integration of mx cube dx, which will give us as 4 pi L to the power 4, and with the length from 0 to 2L, because the length of this rod is of 2L in the question given. So similarly now dm will integrate it. So dm equal to mx dx, integrating both sides will get, and putting the limit from 0 to 2L, we have m equal to capital M by 2L square. So by putting the value of m here, 4 ml to the power 4, we have 4 into capital M by 2L square into L to the power 4. So 2 will be cancelled here, and here 2 is also cancelled. That equal to 2 into ml square. So option B is the correct answer. Next question, what would be the value of F to lift up to the load as shown to the figure? So here the system is of a first order system pulley. So by applying the velocity ratio equal to 2 to the power n minus 1. Here we have n is number of pulley, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 number of pulley. So 2 to the power 4 minus 1, that equal to 15. So we'll assume the efficiency as 100%, that is efficiency is MA, that is mechanical advantage by velocity ratio equal to 1. So MA equal to, we know that it is of W by P. So that equal to 15 equal to 1500 by P. So P equal to 100 kg. So option B will be the correct answer. This is one method. If you know any other methods, please comment below. Next question. The figure shows 3 blocks connected by 2 light and inextensible strings placed on a smooth horizontal surface acted upon by a force of 20 Newton. The tension T2 in the string will be here in this plane. 3 blocks are there of 6 kg, 3 kg and 1 kg with a string connected to it, and a force is of 20 Newton is applied to this, and the tension is here T1 and this tension is T2. So we know that force equal to M into A. So A equal to F by M. Here the force will be of 20 and M is the mass. So total mass will be 6 plus 3 plus 1, that equal to 20 by 6 plus 3 plus 1, 20 by 10 equal to 2 meter per second square. So the acceleration is of 2 meter per second square. So you have to find the T2. So here in this block, you will see that only one force is applied to it. This is of T2. So the force equal to T2 equal to M into A. So M equal to 6 kg, 6 into the acceleration is 2. So 6 into 2 equal to 12 Newton. I have not given the options here. So the options will be of 12 Newton is the correct answer. If we want to find the value of T1, then we will follow that F minus T1, that equal to 1 into 2. Because of this, F into F, this force will be M into A. So it is of M equal to 1 kg, so 1 into 2. So F is 20, 20 minus T1 equal to 2. So T1 equal to 20 minus 2, that equal to 18 Newton. T2 equal to 12 Newton and T1 equal to 18 Newton. Next question, this is the final question. A solid ball rolls down a parabolic path ABC from a height h as shown in the figure. Portion AB of the path is rough while BC is smooth. So this portion AB is of rough and this portion is of smooth. How high will the ball climb? So as per the question, we have a ball is rolls down of the surface and the surface AB, this is AB is rough and surface BC is smooth. Here we have to equate the potential energy equal to kinetic energy. So mgh equal to half of I omega square plus half of mb square. So the kinetic energy for the rotational and translational. The kinetic energy for translational is half mb square and for rotational is half I into omega square. This question is similar to our question number 41. So you can refer that also. We know that the value of omega equal to v by r. So omega square equal to v square by r square. So that equal to mgh equal to taking common as v square equal to. So by taking common as v square we have I by 2r square plus m by 2. That equal to v square equal to mgh by this system will get v equal to root over of 2 mgh by I by r square plus m, and now mgh dash equal to half of mb square. So by putting the value of v here, we have half of m into v square. So v is this much. So that is, with solving this, we will get h dash equal to 5 by 7 h. So option D is the correct answer. Thank you for watching.